Nice to be here, nice to be back. I'm from Peru, just arrived yesterday. And we have here an encounter of Jesus with somebody who is suffering leprosy, which has had no cure in ancient times and also in the Middle Ages was no cure for it. So it's interesting if we do this analogy with the situation of the pandemic right now, but also with the spiritual reality of sin or moral issues. How we relate with those, how we deal with those when we see people that are having some kind of sickness, sometimes psychological, sometimes moral. How do we deal with them, with those people? Do we absolutize that sickness and kind of put a label in that person? Or we see the beauty or the dignity beyond that sin or that bad habit or that sickness? How do we reach the heart of that person or not? How do we deal with that person? So important. Let's see what Jesus does. Our Redeemer, our model of perfect humanity, the one who is inspiring and teaching us, the teacher. First of all, the guy comes and approaches, begs Jesus, if you wish, you can make me clean. The reaction of the Lord is of pity. He was moved with pity and stretched out his hand and touched the leopard and said to him, I do will, be made clean. In the heart of God, of Jesus, is a strong desire to heal. Physically, psychologically, and spiritually. Everything. Sometimes he allows physical and psychological issues in order to a spiritual healing, to a spiritual redemption. Not only for that person who is sick and suffering, but for society, for the family, for the society in general. But he definitely has that aim, the spiritual redemption. And we will have to bear the sickness in ourselves or in others. But he wants to. He says, I do will, be made clean. And immediately he was made clean and became a joyful and grateful person. A question for us. Do we feel that pity, the Christian pity for others? Do we feel that compassion? Are we open? Are we ready to stretch out our hands and touch him? And I think we have to learn from him the fact that we are all suffering the leprosy of sin, of immorality. Yeah. Different kind. Can be proud, can be pride, can be vanity, can be envy, lust, anger, you name it. But we all need him to stretch out his hands, not reject us, but touch us. He's the only one that is not going to get infected by your sin. That is the reverse. We're not going to communicate the leprosy to him. He's not going to flee. He's not scared and scandalized of your sin. But the opposite is going to happen. He's the only one that can cleanse